What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Gould's Gaming and Tech channel. Today we have another phone case review for the Galaxy Z Fold 5, just to start off the year for you guys. If you're still in search of that perfect case for the Galaxy Z Fold 5, look no further. I have tons and tons of case reviews for this phone on this channel, so take the pick of the litter. I do give my honest opinion about if the case is good or not. Make sure to check those videos out. But this video is no different. Of course, we have Spider-Man in the building. He's our official co-host and the official timekeeper. Make sure these videos are short and sweet. Get you guys from point A to point B as quick as possible without wasting you guys' time. So before we get into this case, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you're new or returning, make sure to hit that like button. It's the best way that I and YouTube knows that you guys enjoy this content. So what we have here is the Nillkin Kickstand and Camera cover case. I kept seeing this thing on not on Amazon, but on Instagram. I kept seeing the case over. I know they're spying on me, because they must have seen that I, have a Galaxy Z Fold 5. I look for cases, and I kept seeing this on YouTube and, more importantly, Instagram. And then I just clicked on the link once, looked at the video on how it looks with the phone, and I was like, man, this case is freaking nice. So I just went ahead and ordered it, but they're spying on me, man. I don't like the spying. I personally love this case. It's hard, it's sturdy, it has full protection, it has an S Pen slot that is removable also. The design, the aesthetic is nice. It just feels very, very good when you use it. You can find this on Amazon. It is about $39.99. The link will be in the description below. And I believe the last time I checked, which was yesterday, this case is about 15% off. So that's a huge deal. So you can get this case pretty cheap, about 32 or 28 to 32 bucks on Amazon.com right now. So make sure to click the link in the description if you end up liking this case. All right, first thing we're going to touch on is the cutouts and the buttons. Now, this is a three-part case, three-piece case. As you can see right here, we do have the kickstand piece that slides on here, but we're going to get to that. Then you have the back piece, and then you have the top portion right here. So as you can see, as far as cutouts and the buttons, you have a cutout for your flash right here. You also have this sliding cover for your cutout for your camera modules. You do have some branding on here, the Discover Innovation branding, which is pretty fitting, I would say. This is technically a cutout. This is where you slide the kickstand on right here. On the top, you see you have a cutout for the microphones. On the side, you have these kind of push out buttons for your volume up and down, so you can get to those. You have a cutout for your power / Bixby button and fingerprint reader. And then on the bottom, you just have a cutout for your port to plug in for your power, and another microphone cutout right here, and then nothing in the inside. So if you go to the top piece, you can see you have a cutout for your speaker / microphone right here, cutout for your speaker, cutout for a microphone. At the bottom, again, you have a cutout for your speaker right here. And then, like I said, right here, you have pretty much a cutout in this for your S Pen. So if you do have the S Pen for this device, you can just slide it right in here and it will fit accordingly. And then you have the kickstand right here, which has some pretty good resistance on it, I must say. And then again, you have some branding on the back. You see this cutout for basically the piece to slide this in and hook it in. And now this feels very sturdy when you slide it in there, but we are going to get to that. All right, so next thing is the feel and the grip. How does this feel? Now, the phone itself is not the lightest phone, but it is a little bit light, obviously, when you don't have anything on it. So putting this case on it does make it feel a little bit heavier, but I will say, for some reason, even though the S Pen is very light, when you put this on with the S Pen, it feels pretty heavy. I must say, pretty heavy. You notice the significant difference in how it feels. This material right here, it's again a very hard, thick plastic. This is different from the other plastics. It's usually a hard plastic with most cases, but this is like a hard, thick plastic. It feels like this will protect your device. No issues with the grip. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of your hands. This is, as you can hear, it's a little bit raised, so you do have some kind of extra grip there. When you're sliding this back and forth, it feels very snug. This slide lever is pretty secure, and it gives you some resistance. And when you slide it all the way back And definitely when you slide all the way forward, as you heard right there, you do have that security of hearing that clicking sound. It's very sturdy. These levers or ridges right here, they feel pretty good. And then when you slide this in here, the feel of this is very, very solid. Like, it takes sometimes a little bit of strength to push this all the way up, but once it's in there, you know it is very secure. And it pretty much covers this little bottom piece, because this hinge protector doesn't come all the way down, because it gives some space for this S Pen slot to slide all the way in here. So that does feel good. And you slide it off, as you can see, you have a little bit of space right here that the hinge does not cover. All right, now for the fit and protection. I can't talk about the fit and protection without sliding this bad boy on. So let's get our phone right here and slide it on. You do have some adhesive pieces. I believe there was one in here, but it came off when I took this case off. But it gives you extra adhesive pieces in the box, so don't worry. If it comes off, you can just put another one in there. Let's slide this on. Everything snaps into place. And again, I don't even think you really need the adhesive to use this case and have it stay on, because again, the case is pretty solid. All right, so this is this case when you have it on the phone. Looks nice. The fit is very precise. As you can see, the flash is cut out perfectly. The camera lenses, obviously, is cutting around all of them, but it's cut out perfectly. Now, when it comes to the microphones at the top, those are cut out precisely, as well as the speaker. Same thing with your charging port, speaker, and microphone at the bottom. Again, this covers the hinge almost completely, but it's leaving space for when you put that on there. So again, this is pretty much all around coverage. Not pretty much, but it is all around coverage. Now, once you slide that S Pen slot on there, you see the bottom of the hinge is protected. One thing I will say about when you're holding it with this S Pen slot, obviously, you guys can see that this adds a lot of width to this device. That's the only drawback for me. I love this kickstand mechanism. Pop this kickstand out. So can you hold it like this with the kickstand? No, it's going to topple over. Can you hold it like this with the kickstand? No, it's going to be at a tilt, which you don't want. It's mainly for your landscape viewing with the kickstand. As you can see right here, it holds up pretty well, but you can't have it like in the up position or like portrait mode. It's not meant for that. It's meant only for the landscape, and it's pretty solid. You got a little rock there, but it's pretty solid. This whole bumped out look right here is kind of annoying to hold. It makes your phone feel way bigger than what it is, and it's kind of unorthodox to hold when you have this on here, but that's something you can get used to if you like. But again, it gives you the option to remove this, so you don't necessarily have to hold that. But if you are a heavy S Pen user and you so happen to like this case, you're going to be using it like this often. It fits right in your palm, so it's not super annoying to hold and to use. All right, so next thing on the list is wireless charging and MagSafe. Now, obviously, this does not have a MagSafe ring on it. If you do want it, you would have to get like a third-party one to place on there, which we are not going to do. This phone is already big and thick enough. I'm not doing that. But does wireless charging work through this? Now, the wireless charger that I use for this case on my nightstand, it works just fine. But let's see if you have like a mobile one to go, will it work? So let's see. Maybe you have to play with it. Oh, there you go. So you do have the wireless charging. It works just fine. It may take some maneuvering to get it to where you want it, but the wireless charging does work. All right, so last thing on the list is drop resistance and reliability. As far as like edge control, like how far is the top screen protector from the actual screen of the phone in the case of a drop. This lip is pretty raised. Hopefully you guys can tell in the video, but this lip is pretty raised. So if it lands flat, these bumpers on the front cover should protect your phone from whatever kind of drop that may be. This drops, yes, this could flap open, but that's with any hinge case. The chances of that happening, I won't say it's slim to none, but it's kind of low, like with this flapping open, because most phones are going to land on the sides, as far as the one of the corners, face down, or on its back. I mean, if it does fall on the hinge, you should be protected. But for some reason, if something like scrapes this to come open, then you will have to deal with that. But overall, this thing is protecting this unit all around. So this drop resistance rating, I've dropped this a couple times. The case doesn't just pop off. Again, you do have those extra adhesives to keep the case on your phone. So it's pretty snug and it's pretty resistant to drops, and it is very reliable when it comes to protection of the main functions, which is your front screen, your camera modules, and your hinge. All right, so overall, what do I think about this case, considering the price, the protection, the functionality of it, the hinge protection, the S Pen slot, everything that it covers, the design that looks amazing to me? I would give this case a major thumbs up. This is one that Spidey definitely approves on his channel, because we only like the best. We keep the best. And this is one of the best cases that you can get from this. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. Drop that like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year. What up? Peace.